Hello everyone, this is a video on how to cut an access hole in a 2009 Toyota Sienna. I'm showing you the outside towards the view of the hole so that you will know exactly where to go. The tape rulers are laid out so that you will know the measurements. I'm going to slowly go in and let you see where the tape measurers are. This tape measure is right on the edge where I took the molding off. You take the molding off and then you cut the carpet right here and then you cut it right there and you pull it back over here. Okay, so after you've cut your carpet, here are the measurements. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that you can see the measurements, okay? And the light is glaring on it, so I'll go down, okay? These are the measurements right here. I'm going to widen out, and we'll go over and look at it. I'm going to let you look at this slowly. I'm going to keep the camera on different areas for a time for you to orientate yourself as to what I did. Okay, I measured from the edge of the floor over to 25 inches. And I took this cutoff tool and I marked this spot. I marked that 25 inch. Let me zoom in. I marked it right at 25 inches. Okay, here's the anchor for the back seat. This is the front anchor for the back seat. This is the back anchor for the back seat. I'm going to zoom out. Okay. So, the hole, the center of the fuel pump is around 19 and a half inches. But you don't have to worry about that. What you want to do is look at this. From this anchor over here, you have a cutting point of 3 inches. And right here, you have 15 and a half inches. And then over here is 13 inches from this anchor. So I'm going to pull back and let you see this. Okay? I use this Craftsman 3.5 inch cutoff wheel. All you need is a 3.5 inch. Don't use a 4 inch. It's too large unless you want to cut a square. I cut a circle. Later on, I'm going to get a piece of metal and I'm going to put it on top. Now, the metal that's on the vehicle from the factory has a hump in it so that it won't touch these connectors. Okay? There's a hump. Can you see how it's dented? This hump keeps, if the tank shakes, it won't hit the top. But I put a level over this, and I'm going to take these off now. I'm going to take the rulers off. And I put a level on top of the floor. And look, it does not touch those connectors. You see? It does not touch those connectors. But they still put a hump over it. And I think that's for the vibrations of you traveling, and the tank may jump and hit the floor. So remember that they put a hump. They made it so that the floor had a curve in it. It put a hump over here. So I'm going to take some rubber stripping, and I'm going to come around here with rubber stripping, and it's going to be thick rubber stripping, about a 1/2 inch. I'm going to glue it around and then cut a plate for it and screw it down. So there you have it. This is how you save about $2,000 at the dealership. All you do is get your tool. You can get a grinder and put a 3-inch wheel on it, and then take a China marker. Take your China marker, mark those measurements I gave you earlier, and listen, cut it slowly. Cut it real slowly and delicately, because I'm going to show you what's going on from here. Let me get a tape ruler again, right here. So these connectors are close to the top of here. These connectors are close to the top of the floor. So you do not want to cut fast. This metal right here is thin. This metal over here is thick. This is going to cut fast. So you want to draw your China marker line, and you want to cut real delicately around here. Okay? So remember what I said. Be very delicate. You do not want to touch this line. See, if you look right here, you can see that the head of this connector on the fuel pump is close. It's very close, okay? So you got to be real careful about cutting the circle. Okay? There you have it. That's how to save thousands of dollars and not drop the fuel tank. I did this in 15 minutes. I cut this hole in 15 minutes. Now, to take the connectors off, all you're going to do is squeeze right here. You're going to squeeze right here, and I'm going to show you where it's clipped in. It's clipped in right there. When you squeezed it, it's going to take loose the connector. The only connector is right down here. I'm going to use this to point to it. The connector is right here. So when you squeeze right here, when you put your finger and squeeze this way, it's going to release the connector that's here, okay? And then you just pull up on it. Now for this connector right here, if you will notice, it has hooks right there that you have to get, like a sharp metal object that's built like a needle, but fat. Not a needle, but like an ice pick. But I'm going to use some snap-on tools that I have that are going to be very delicate, and I'm going to pull this hook back out and put the tools. They're like toothpicks. The tools that I have are like toothpicks, but they're metal. And after I pull these back with one of the tools, I'm going to insert another tool in here. Then I'm going to go on the other side and do the same thing. You see the hook here. You just have to pull these hooks back and put a toothpick or something in it to keep them from coming back over. And you just then come over here with a small screwdriver and pull this out. You just pull this out right here. See? So that's easy. That's real easy. Let me move this out of the way and give you a wider picture of it. So on this particular item right here, you're going to pull these hooks back and put a toothpick or any small object in here to keep them out. You want to keep them out. And then you get a small screwdriver and place it in this area and pull back. That's it. So that's it. Then you want to take a chisel, a large chisel or a large dowel rod, and you want to tap around the edges, and it will move. You want to tap around. Rotate your tapping around. You want to rotate the tapping, and it will come off. I'm going to show you where I have already found out it will move. You're going to take the chisel. Let me see if I'm trying to keep from putting a shadow. You're going to take the chisel and hit it like this on this angle. And I'm going to take you over to let you see where I've got it to go. I put it right on these edges and I tap. And then I moved it over and I moved it around and around. So all you need is a large chisel. Now I don't call this a chisel, right? This is a punch. You're gonna have, look how big the punch is. I wouldn't use a screwdriver. I would use a punch with a flat head on it. Okay, buddy. You know, it's up to you. I would use a flat, large punch. And it works. And that's it. You're going to take your fuel pump out and put your parts in it like I'm going to do. I'm going to replace it with Japanese parts, the fuel pump, and there's another part inside of this fuel pump. I forgot the name of it, but there are two parts you have to change. The motor and the other part. Okay, so that's it. It's real simple. And I'm going to put this tape measure back here for you one more time. And from the edge over here where you're going to cut to back here is about 24 inches. It's 24 and a half. Okay? And you see from that anchor to the center is 8 inches. That's a seat anchor. Well, that's it. It's real simple. All you need to do is get a 3.5 inch cutoff wheel. And you've got it. I'm going to pull back so you can see the orientation of where the hole is versus the outside of the car and the floor and the anchors. There are the anchors for the seat. That's the seat and the back anchors. The front anchor is here. The back anchor is there. And then from those front anchors to the center is 11 inches. It's 11 inches. So 11 inches from there goes to the center. So you got, it's 10 inches. It's 10 inches. It's 10 inches. It's 10 inches from the center of these two anchors to the center of the fuel pump. Okay? That's it. Well, I hope this shows you that Toyota, it should have put an access panel in the back so that you can change out your fuel pump in 30 minutes. Because once you disconnect the connectors and you pull it out, it shouldn't take you any more than 30 minutes to replace the pump motor and the other part. There are two parts. Okay, YouTube, have fun. And I'm so happy that I could show people this, because there's not many, I haven't seen anybody. I've seen 2 other videos, but they're not showing that how to cut the carpet so you can put it back in place and it'll look beautiful. See, once you take this panel off, and these panels, the panels are right here. Let me get the panel. See, here's the panel that goes back in place. Okay? You're going to take this panel off. And then you're going to take the panel off that goes over here. There's another panel that goes here. Okay? And once you take that panel off, it goes over here. It punches into these places. And this panel at the door, you can cut the carpet. Well, have fun, and I'm glad I could save everybody thousands of dollars if you took it to the dealership, right? But I've checked with other mechanics, and they want about $1,000 to take that tank off. It takes 2 people to put that tank back on. The average mechanic uses a second person. So you're going to be paying 2 people to take the fuel tank off. And I've looked at the videos, and it's time consuming. And one guy said, I have a big job to do. Well, I will tell you, this is a small job to do, the way I've shown it to you. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.